Boom, boom. This is getting everybody welcome back to the channel. All right, got a little bit of Azur laying up today, and we got the event. So let's go ahead and talk. We got phase 2 of the actual call to arms for the Eagle Union, and it is called Parallel Lane Superimposition. That's actually not, they've just said Azur Lane. It's actually Parallel Superimposition is what it's called, I think. Who knows? Secondary event, as always. This event is it's the same format as as always. Okay, so there's nothing changing. We got A1, A2, A3, A4. You know, A1, 2, 3, B1, 2, 3, D1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way through. Same as that. Got a little bit more going on inside of the actual interface, simply because of the fact that they're combining the beach vacation, which is sort of like the New Year event, sort of like combining that in with the actual event. So we've got New Year's Blessing. We've done this before every year. They give us this where we can choose a ship, and then we can offer prayer, which will give us a slight buff to whatever it is we're doing at the time. New skins. As always, the skins are exceedingly outrageous. Never change. Try your luck. Once each day you get to draw from here. Reward listing as follows. Tier 1 Lucky Pouch, which is the top one's going to give you a piece of limited time furniture, a skill books, parts, and a tech box. So nothing interesting, but just make sure you do log on each day so that you do get to use your draw. We have the open air. Also, now this right here is a chance to expand inside of the recordings, expand the hot spring. Okay, those coins are in the same way that you get in the actual event. Okay, so if you look at your mission tab, you'll see these coins are right here. Okay, use these during the event. This is the actual currency, the flower of remembrance. Okay, so standard fare, nothing changed. We got to build. This is the build, as of course, Yorktown 2, your ship. Definitely want to get her. Pity, 200 draws. Hammond 2, Hornet 2, Northampton 2. Wish they would have done different something with the names, but I guess it is what it is. They could have put a little bit more thought into that. Basically, same ships as before, better, more stronger than before. Of course, Yorktown was an epic. She's now ultra rare. Hornet, Northampton, I believe, were both epic. They are now super rare. Hammond, I thought Hammond was rare. She's now epic. So there's nothing changed in terms of that. Okay, Hornet is in the shop, so you need to worry about Northampton, Hammond, and Yorktown. Those are the three that you need to build. All right. Same priority as always in this. A2C2, use Memphis. A3C3, use Helena. B2D2, use Vestal. B3D3, use Anchorage. Not exactly sure what's up with that. Anchorage is a priority ship. Not exactly sure why they're actually, wanting to use a priority ship inside of an actual event, because not everybody's going to have it. But it is what it is at that particular point. Those are the bonus. I've got Anchorage and I've got her maxed out, so I'm using her in my... You should be using her in your PvP. She's one of the best PvP ships out there. But anyway, that's that. Causality Transportation. You should know what's going on with the story if you'd follow this to get the item in this on the 7th day. Create a snowy landscape when equipped on Anchorage. Gives 150 hit points and 1 luck. Anchorage is a priority ship. Priority ships do not have luck until you complete their special quest. Anchorages has not been released yet, I do not think. Anchorage was... Anchorage does have a fate simulation up. So I'm not really sure that you're going to want to increase the actual, take away one piece of her gear just for 1 luck and 150 hit points. She's already a tank as it is. I don't really see the need to actually do that. But if you want to do that, you can. All right, so keep that in mind. So you should have that event, but if you followed through the 7 days, you should know the story. We're in the reality lens. We've been transported. We're not. The reality lens is still obvious. We're still obviously in the reality lens, but we're seeing another, I guess, parallel universe, I guess. Parallel, and in this one, Yorktown's not injured. Uh, uh, she's actually a UR ship, and she's just fine. So we're going to be seeing. I guess I'm not sure how this is going to pan out, so we'll have to see. But I guess these ships will be coming into our universe, and it should be pretty good. But yeah, we got a UR ship, so hey, I would have preferred if it was Silent Sky Soyuz, which is the flagship for the Northern Parliament, which we still haven't got in UR. But maybe they'll do that pretty soon. They gave us Kronstadt with the UR ship for the actual Northern Parliament. Blended in, of course, with the story they were trying to tell at the time. But would have liked to seen Silent Sky Soyuz. But we needed another call to arms event. And anyway, now probably besides Yorktown, what's really, really, really good about this event is the actual shop. They really outdid themselves with the shop on this one. But you're going to need a lot of coins. I would go 75,000 on this. You're going to snatch up this. We got a rainbow fighter, so you definitely want to get this. You want to max this out, and you want to pop this onto whichever carrier you're using in your fleet, because it's going to be an excellent ship. We also got the F6F Hellcat, but you get 15 of these at 130. That's why, because so we're going to need that, and then of course 8,000 for Hornet if you don't build Hornet. Okay, so if you build Hornet, you can maybe get by with 65, but I would go 75 just to be on the safe side. Everything else is similar: cognitive arrays, cognitive chips, blueprints, augmentation materials, parts, you name it. Everything's identical. Okay, but we do got a little bit more in terms of what's up here for an offering. So you're really going to have to hit this one. Like I said, the event ends on the 4th. The shop is going to be open until the 11th, so we've got a week after that. Mission tab, same as always. Your mission is simple. Okay, complete all the sorties, build all the ships, and then after you get the ships, you got to take them out and you got to do it. As you clear the events, you'll get the rewards for doing that. Okay, and then we've got other events. You want to make sure that you complete these. Okay, because this is where you're going to get a lot of the actual flowers of remembrance, and you're going to need these because we're going to need, like I said, we want to get to about 75 just to be on the safe side, that we can purchase everything. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now the mission events are identical in terms of what you need to do to actually get the rewards. Okay, so there's nothing. You want to build the ships. Okay, that's one of the main, that's the main focus of building the ships. Okay, now you just have to obtain Yorktown. Okay, you don't have to actually limit break her out, but you need to build her. You need to fully limit break Hornet 2, Northampton 2, Hammond 2, and Langley 2. Okay, to get to complete the events, to get the points that's needed for the reward. Your reward, of course, can be claimed inside of Hornet 2, Yorktown 2, and then we get the actual call to arms. Okay, to get the chat screen portrait frame right here, 2,800. So that's the standard fare. If you, as always, the A1, A2 bonus with the ships are designed if you can't build a ship. If at the end of the actual event and you weren't able to build one of the 3 ships that you need to build, you can run the actual. You can run those bonus stages to get a little bit more points to allow you to actually complete it and get the actual portrait frame. Okay, so as always, the same, nothing different. Okay, so yeah, pretty much the same, but they've got the Happy New Year thrown in here with a little bit different. Same as always, sortie. As we said, 10,000 to get Langley 2. Now we've got a few other things inside of the actual vacation resort. So you want to make sure that you play the mini game. Okay, 7,000 to get that. Souvenir shop. This is requires from the tags. Okay, so you should get these as you play through the game. Okay, new event unlock every day. Okay, completing these rewards with the Onsen Resort coins. So you get the Onsen Resort coins, and as you complete the actual hot springs, you'll get the tickets. Okay, the tickets can then be used here to purchase inside of this. Okay, So it's a little bit confusing, but no, not any more confusing than our previous event where you had to craft an entire plethora of items which you probably won't use, but you need to get just in case they become super powerful sometime in an update. So I've got them all. I haven't used any of them yet because I'm not using the ships. None of them were meta breaking ships. Don't think they're going to be meta breaking here as either. These ships are better than they were before, but Yorktown, she's a UR ship, and it's really not where I'm thinking. Where they're coming from, in terms of the actual need for another carrier. So I don't know what they were thinking in terms of that. But you definitely want to get her, and you definitely want to build her. So do that. Okay. So we'll have to wait and see exactly if any. But I don't really see anything happening. Hornet Northampton. They were both epic ships. They're really useful in terms. I mean, they were useful early in the game. You usually be able to get these two fairly early, but they really didn't make much of a difference. They're going to be, of course, now their SL ships are going to be a lot more powerful than they were. But, the rate up is, of course, 1.2. But, I had to go pity on Musashi. I might have to go pity on this. Not a problem. I've got the cubes to do it. I knew we were going to be getting an ultra rare. I think it was either going to be right here along this event, or it was going to be the week after the New Year event. I knew that we would be getting it sometime around there, so I've been saving up my cubes specifically for this. So I now do have enough to actually hit the ship. I'm running out of dock space, so I'm going to need to get some dock space here. I was really hoping that the New Year's event that they would give us diamonds, but it doesn't look like. I don't see any inside of this. But they might, like I say, they might throw up that this event ends on the 4th. So they might throw something up after that. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I hate having to go through and have to build the ships, but then have to clear out my space as I do that. I already did a build shorter today, so I was just going to see what I could get. I got Suffolk today. I got Portland again. Got both of those. Chicago, so yeah, nothing interesting out of those 7 builds. So I'll just retire those. I've got some mats for the ships, so I'll be able to build them when the time comes. And let's go ahead and do 5 more. Okay, so we got Haman. That's good. She's one of the ones that we do need to build. Got Kent, Pensacola, and we've got super rare, but I already have I-19. And I've already got her maxed out as well. But we did get one ship that we need. So now we just need to focus on Yorktown and Northampton. It will be good because Hornet is actually in the shop. So that was a fortunate draw. That makes things a little bit easier. But, like I said, I had to go pity on Musashi. And so I might have to go, pity, but if I need to, I need to. I'm hoping to win. I just have some cubes left. But it is what it is. All right, so that's the event. So get in there, go ahead and start knocking out. Like I said, a lot of good stuff in the shop. You definitely want to be able to go for that. You definitely want to be able to get that Rainbow Fighter and equip that on whichever carrier that you're using. I'm probably going to stick it up. It doesn't say anything about specifically requiring it to be on an actual Eagle Union ship, so I'll probably put it on Aquila, since Aquila is in my PvP. But yeah, definitely going to get that and max that out. Okay, so I will be getting that immediately once I get, that'll be my first purchase in the shop. I'm not going to wait for the event to end. I'll go ahead and snatch it up once I have 10,000 of the actual like Flowers of Remembrance, as they're called. And then I'll be snatching that up uh, first. So, that's all I'm worried about at this particular point is getting that. This will be secondary, and then it's of course tertiary. But we have to, if I get her build, then I'll probably end up building her. I mean, I'm gonna, unless I just get really lucky. Sometimes I get the UR ships fast within a few days. And then of course sometimes they come later in the build. But the problem is I don't like throwing a large amount of wisdom cubes at a ship that's probably not going to be useful. But if you're collecting all the ships, you really don't have an actual choice of the matter. But the event will come back. It'll come by in a rerun sometime, and we'll be able to get the ships, that way. But we'll have a review of the ships, go over them once we get a little bit more familiarity with them. But I don't see anything meta breaking at this particular point. But that could change. It's always paper. You've got ships that on paper they seem like they're totally crap, and then you get them in there and they're like totally OP. And then vice versa, you have ships that on paper look OP, get them in there and they're useless. The list is long and distinguished of those ships, so we'll have to wait and see if any of these pan out. But I don't really think, considering what the meta is right now with the quick kill, torpedo, none of these ships are, in that regards, torpedoes. I don't know if they're trying to creep up with some type of, I know there's been talk about a tank carrier build, but it's not materializing. There's nothing that that upsets this meta particularly, and there's nothing in here that would be useful in that. Some of the priority 5 ships, they also have not been able to break into it. Okay. In terms of PVE and whatnot, yes, they've been exceedingly useful. All those priority 5 ships are. But we have to take a look at what we got. Plymouth is excellent. If you're looking for the PR5 ship, she should probably be your first. She's an excellent ship. I've almost got to the point where I can build. I've already got just start focusing on. They don't they don't offer a lot of. We haven't had an actual setup right now. They just don't offer a lot of I have to go 4, 5, 6 sometimes deep before I'll see a Plymouth research. So been very, very slow building her. Hopefully they'll have in the event we'll get some of that, and I'm going to start throwing those at her because she's technically the best ones. I was waiting to see if anything else materialized, but haven't seen anything that's going to materialize as of yet. So I'll just start using the research keeps on that way, and we'll have blueprints like that. That's the way we'll have to do it at this particular point. But I've got some stored up, so I can I can get her quick. But she really hasn't broken into the meta in terms of PvP. But PvE, she has excellent feasibility, so keep that in mind. A lot of the fleets that you need to actually beat some of the high-end events, like in this event, the EXs, that's why the priority ships come in handy in defeating those. You max them out, gear them up, and they can do a ton of damage, and they're useful for that. In terms of this, but this PvP meta is based on quick kill. None of them are like that. They do damage over time and have good survivability, but none of them have broken into the meta as of yet. But that could change. We'll just have to wait and see, how it plans out. But so we've got 2 SRs and a couple of the, so it's basically just a tier up for all the ships involved because all the ships are already out there. But you definitely want to try to get your hands on Yorktown. And we'll see. We don't get her, level her up, max her out, see what she does. Okay, she's a UR ship. I've got more than enough to purchase all of the UR. A bull set will be required to actually max her out, but you don't need to max her out for the event. Like I said, you just need to get her, just build her. Once she's built, you're fine. If you want to max her out, you need to use the bullets inside of the actual these balloons right here inside the prototypes. As you can see, I've got 42,000. That's more than enough to get the ones that I need for her. So no big deal. Besides those, the only other way to limit break her is with another copy. I definitely would not bank on that happening. You saw the percentage, so that's what you're going to have to deal with. But you'll get her. You're guaranteed to get her at 200 pools. Okay, so that's just what you need to focus on. Focus on getting to your 200 pools. Once you've done that, then you'll be okay. You'll be guaranteed to get at least one copy of her. You can always build her up at a later date, but you do need to get her right now because she's not going to be in the shop. None of the UR ships are in the shop. You have to get them at the event, and if you want to get them, you have to wait until there's been a rerun of that particular event. I haven't seen those yet, so that's where we're at. So yeah, keep an eye on that. But yeah, go for between 60 to 70,000 just to be on the safe side. If you do have to end up building Hornet, then you might want to have some extra. Okay, but it's going to be a little bit more because they got a little bit more to offer. 2 items. Okay, so yeah, and that's gonna mean you're gonna need to do that because normally it's just 1 item and 1 ship. No, not in this one. So, but it's a major event, so keep that in mind. And like I say, the skins are outrageous, so keep that in mind too. We don't show them on here for fear of the YouTube hammer coming down, just to be on the safe side because they really went on the edge with some of these some of the skins in this one. But yeah, anytime you got this vacation, anytime they do a beach theme, they always give us outrageous skins. So yeah, that is what it is. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, to see the bell, click on it. You get notified each time we drop a video. As always, like and share helps the channel immensely. It's Kendrick coming at you quarter, signing out.